Ah, hell. I'm in the wrong game again.
Hey guys and gals, Neighbor here from Drake Wayne Gaming. And some email on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Tennessee's June's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alrighty. Still, I've kept my eyes peeled on the door the whole time and nothing. How come every time I set something up with June, I always end up waiting? Maybe I should start to schedule with him 15 minutes before I actually show up so I won't have to wait so long. But then, knowing how he is, he'd be likely to arrive right on time if I did that, and then complain that I was late. I sigh, rubbing my forehead as I feel a tiny bit of frustration building up. I just want to go around the festival and have fun with a friend, not wait around the door like a glorified bouncer. My ears twitch when I hear the sound of the door opening. I turn my head and look, and sure enough, I see June looking around the hallway for me. Over here! I call out to him, waving with my left arm. A few heads among the crowds walking around the hall turn to me due to the sudden noise, but I decide to ignore them. Like I imagined, the place is much more packed than it was yesterday. Part of me is really worried of how June is going to react to the whole thing. Since he started his shift thing in the morning, there weren't that many people around when we first arrived. I hope it hasn't been too hard on him today. Yuichi-san, good afternoon! He walks up to me with a cheerful smile on his face. I can see his tail swishing around behind him. Guess even if he's calm right now, he can still feel all the people around. I make a mental note to try and avoid any really crowded areas. Good afternoon. How's work? Bah, it was hard. Well, I figured that much. No matter what it was, I just can't picture you doing well as a waiter. Still, that'd be way too cruel to say out loud, so I'll keep it to myself. By the way, you're not wearing your uniform today. Nah, most students only wear it during the first day, so they're allowed inside. We have teachers standing by the gates to make sure only students and staff show up then. But Mizuguchi-san wasn't wearing a uniform. Yeah, I have no idea how she got in. Probably brought her clothes in another bag and then switched out her uniform. That's a lot of work just to avoid using a uniform. And not that I can blame her, the uniform is too stuffy and uncomfortable, and with lots of people walking around the entire time, it can get a bit hot. Especially since we're just a few days away from the start of summer and the temperatures are already going up a bit. I don't really mind wearing the uniform. By the way, why don't you switch out of your waiter uniform? It has got to be an oven inside that thing. No, I like it. The tiger hugs his arms close to his body, taking a step away from me and shooting me a weird look. His tail lashes behind him. You have beads of sweat rolling down your face and stains on your stomach and chest. That's just because it was really hot inside the restaurant. Ayako-san said she was going to have a bunch of wall-mounted fans installed this afternoon to make things a little less unbearable for the guests. To make things a little less unbearable? Okay, a little less unbearable, okay. For the guests, they only stick around for 30 minutes at most. You should be worried about your classmates who have to work inside that scorching heat for most of the day. Devil woman. Why are you even that worried about continuing to wear this thing? Do you have another shift soon and you're too lazy to get changed? Not really, it's just... Well, I won't have another chance to wear this again once the festival is over, will I? And it looks so good, too. Can't you just take it home with you and wear it around whenever you want? Yuichi-san, we weren't given this. This is a rental. Oh. I guess I have to understand a little better. Why he's being so stubborn. I mean, he's still being annoyingly stubborn, but it's a bit more acceptable, all things considered. I think. Anyway, how about we go around checking the other classes? I really want to see what they've done. Sure. How about I take you to some of the ones I've already seen and quite liked? Yes, please, lead the way. I take us down a couple flights of stairs to a different classroom that was having an event I found a bit fun. It was also a restaurant-like event, since those are kind of really easy to do and are all really popular with guests, but still different from our own classes. Class E1? Class 1E. Why does that sound familiar to me? Once we've taken a seat, a panda walks up to us, plopping a fancy laminated menu in front of us and smiling widely. Welcome to Avenue 9. I'm Sora, and I'll be your server today. What can I help you with? The Junes and my eyes go wide once we see him, suddenly surprised by the familiar face. Oh, that's right. 1E was Sora-kun's classroom. He sputters out those words, ignoring the fact that there's no point in pointing out what has already been made obvious. Sora pouts slightly, looking down at us with pitiable eyes. Oh, you mean you didn't come here just to see me? That's sad. Sorry, I didn't mean... The panda bellows at a laugh, giving Jun a tap on the back and smiling brightly at us. It's alright, I was just teasing you a bit, senpai. He sticks out a tongue and closes his left eye in a cheeky gesture. making June laugh beside me. I'm surprised to see you here. Came by yesterday and you weren't around. I didn't even know it was your class. The panda's smile dims a little once he turns to look at me, and he suddenly seems a bit more uncertain. Oh, well, it wasn't on shift yesterday, so... The thing I'm most surprised about is how you're managing to work as a waiter, Sora-kun. Oh, what do you mean? Sora peers down at June, cocking his head to the side, his emerald green eyes shining with curiosity. The panda shifts around, putting one of his hands inside the pocket of his striped jacket. I'm surprised he could walk around with those bulky headphones everywhere without the cable catching on anything. I mean, you're not exactly very good with people. You're really shy after all, and you're kind of clumsy. Both of us stare incredulously at the tiger. Sora and I both look at each other, dumbstruck by the words we just heard. It's official. June doesn't have an ounce of self-awareness. I guess you might be right. I decided to take this role since I wanted to practice my people skills. It's been really fun despite a few setbacks. The bear laughs, his voice sounding very unrestrained and happy. It's kind of funny to me just how much more comfortable he is when he's addressing June. So, you know. Every time he sees me or talks to me, he tenses up something fierce, but as soon as he turns to look at June, he noticeably relaxes. I guess June kind of has that power on people. He might be a clumsy, airheaded, silly, and sometimes slightly stupid guy, but there's something about him that improves people's moods whenever he's around. Anyway, I can't spend too much time chatting. Why don't you guys take a look at the menu and decide what you want? We nod, picking up the 2 menus he'd laid down on the table when we arrived. It's just as simple as I remember it being. Not many options, easy to remember, but still looking kind of fancy. Ooh, cheesecakes. Cakes. Shortcake. Castella, Genoa. Soda, tea, juice. Whoa, it's all desserts in here! Yes, our cafe focuses solely on cakes and cheesecakes. We don't have too many options, but they're all homemade and good quality. We have 2 sisters in our class that are daughters of a pâtissier? They're daughters of a pâtissier. Oh, so that's why the stuff here is so good. They got their dad prepare all the sweets? Sora chuckles, shaking his head sideways in amusement. Nah, they made them from scratch themselves. They're really good bakers, too. I whistle, impressed at the skills these freshmen seem to have. I guess this school really is filled with impressive people. Do you guys know what you'll be having? I don't know. I don't know. There are many options, but at the same time... Okay, before you even think of saying they're expensive, just know I'm going to be treating you. Are you sure? Of course, it's only fair. I'm the one who invited you to come here. Okay. I watch June's tail swishing contentedly back and forth behind him. The sight makes me giggle. For some reason, my chest feels very light right now. I still don't know what to order. I know, Yuichi-san, order for me. What, me? Are you sure? I'm confident you know what I like well enough. Not to mention you've been here before. I think you'd make a better choice than I could. Faster. Faster, too. Well, alright, just don't complain if you don't like what I ordered. I won't. Somehow I doubt it. I pick up June's menu and put it together with mine, looking up to hand them to Sora-kun. When I see his face again, I notice him looking between the 2 of us with a big goofy smile on his face. Is something the matter? No, nothing. I was just thinking over some stuff. He tries to laugh it off, but is visibly awkward. Still, I decide to shrug and ignore it, making my order instead. The last time I've been here, I got some cake, so this time I think I'll go with a cheesecake. Besides, if I get something both June and I like for myself, then I can share it with him later. I'm sure he'd like that, too. For me, I'll have the lime. I'm personally fine with any of these 3 flavors of cheesecake, so even someone as indecisive as me doesn't have much trouble choosing here. Okay, I'll have the cheesecake for me, and for June, I'll get... I'm a little... God, what does June like? I don't know what the fuck a Genoa cake is. I don't know what that is. What is that? Oh, it's okay, y'all. Okay, let's try each. Blueberry's really good. I'm sure June would like it. He likes most things anyway, so don't see anything here that I think he'd dislike anyway. This is a pretty safe list, all things considered. And a blueberry shortcake for June. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Alright, let's try... the Genoa here is pretty good. I'm sure June will like it. He likes most things anyways. It's a pretty safe list, all things considered. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. It's what I had last time I was here. It's pretty light and delicate. I think you'll like it. Okay. Castella cake. Castella's a pretty common cake, so I'm sure he must have had it before. He'd probably like it. This is a pretty safe list, all things considered. Is that prepping me for the future? And a Castella cake for June. Oh, my dad used to buy Castella when I was a kid. It's pretty tasty. Nice. Gamble paid off. Oh, okay, so maybe the Castella. Strawberry shortcake. It's got to be strawberry shortcake. It was a while ago, I remember that June liked strawberries. I'm sure this is the ideal choice. And a strawberry shortcake for June. Oh, that's the one! June's face changes to one of astonishment. That's what I was thinking. I thought that he, had a preference for strawberries. Staring at me with an open mouth. Let me guess, you're probably thinking strawberry is one of my favorites. How did he know, aren't you? June nods slowly. It was kind of a while ago, but do you remember when I bought you that stuff back at Ayako's shop? Yeah? Back then the sweet you picked the most was the strawberry shortcake. You picked enough that even if both your parents got it, you'd still have a slice. So I figured that probably meant you liked strawberry, or at least strawberry shortcake. Whoa, that's amazing! It's amazing, Yuichi-san! I couldn't remember all the stuff even if I tried. Gotcha. Anything to drink? What about it, June? Need me to choose it for you again? Nah, I have no problem choosing what to drink. Sora-kun, I'll have some orange juice. Oh, not strawberry? I like it, but strawberry on strawberry feels a bit much, no? Ha, fair enough. Sora-kun writes down our order on a pad of paper he pulled out of his pocket, looking up from it to stare at me. What about you, Michimai-san? I'll have some grape soda. He finishes jotting it down and slips the pad back into his pocket, nodding at us. Alright, your order'll be out in a minute. The panda walks back to the room where a glass display case was neatly tucked away, showing off all the cakey goodness inside. How they managed to get something so big and heavy inside the building, I have no idea. People were already throwing out their backs trying to get the burners and propane tanks to our classes, and those aren't nearly as heavy. But then again, they don't have to go up a bunch of flights of stairs to get here. Yeah, never mind, they got it easy. And by the way, June, how's the table attending been going? Yeah, pretty okay for the most part. I only had one rude customer, but as soon as he started getting difficult to handle, Ayako-san showed up and glared at him until he left. Ah, so she's playing the part of bouncer now. Second, y'all. It is, in fact, water time. Alright. Are you having fun doing it? Well... Uh-oh. Something wrong? Not exactly wrong, it's just that I really didn't think it'd be this stressful. Having to deal with customers, memorize orders, and get them to the right table, not spill any food, and try to act cheerful the whole time. It's a lot. I don't want to be that guy, but I did tell you all of this before, and you chose to ignore me and sign up for it anyway. Why do you think so few people were signing up for it? What do you mean by memorize orders? Sometimes people can order a lot of stuff, and it's hard to remember it all correctly. But why would you have to remember it? How else am I going to get the order to the kitchen? Do you not have a notepad? Do they forget to give you one? Ah! June stares at me with wide-open eyes, totally immovable for quite a few seconds. Then he slowly pulls something out of his pocket. I totally forgot about it! How the hell do you forget about something that simple? Come on, June, you have to use your head more. Sorry. I sigh. I don't remember that. I don't know whether the fact that I already totally expected things like these for him should make me sad or not. You haven't had many accidents. You haven't had any accidents yet, have you? Define accident. Causing some kind of damage to a person or object. Define damage. What the hell did you do? It wasn't a big deal. I just, What? What? Did you spill a bowl of soup on a guest? Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Almer. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!